5 habits stealing your lifespan. After 60, avoid these life-shortening mistakes. If you're over 60 and wondering why some people your age seem vibrant and healthy while others struggle with declining health, the answer might shock you. Recent medical research reveals that 5 seemingly harmless daily habits are silently stealing years from your life right now. These aren't the obvious culprits like smoking or heavy drinking. They're subtle behaviors you might be doing every single day without realizing the damage. The worst part? Each one accelerates aging at the cellular level, weakening your heart, brain, and immune system. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the 5 hidden habits that are cutting your lifespan short, and exactly how to reverse their effects starting today. First, I'll reveal the surprising morning routine that's damaging your cardiovascular system without you knowing it. Second, you'll learn about a common social pattern that's been linked to early mortality in multiple studies. Third, I'll expose a nighttime habit that disrupts your body's natural repair process and accelerates aging. Fourth, we'll uncover a dietary mistake that 70% of seniors make that weakens bones and organs faster than expected. And finally, the 5th habit is something doctors rarely discuss but has the most dramatic impact on longevity. Each of these comes with a simple, practical solution you can implement immediately. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear action plan to add healthy, vibrant years to your life. Habit number 1. Skipping breakfast or eating it too late. The first habit silently stealing years from your life is delaying or skipping your morning meal. You might think intermittent fasting is trendy or that you're simply not hungry in the morning, but after 60, this practice can have devastating consequences on your longevity. Here's what happens inside your body when you skip breakfast. Your metabolism, which is already slowing down with age, gets thrown into confusion. Your body enters a mild stress state, releasing cortisol to maintain blood sugar levels. This chronic cortisol elevation damages your cardiovascular system over time, increasing your risk of heart attacks and strokes by up to 27%, according to recent cardiac studies. But the damage goes deeper than your heart. When you finally eat your first meal late in the day, your body struggles to process it efficiently. Your insulin sensitivity is naturally highest in the morning and decreases as the day progresses. Eating late means your cells can't absorb nutrients properly, leading to elevated blood sugar levels that remain high for hours. This pattern is a direct pathway to type 2 diabetes, which affects nearly 1 in 4 adults over 65. Your brain suffers tremendously from breakfast skipping. Glucose is the primary fuel for cognitive function, and when you deprive your brain of morning nutrition, mental clarity declines. Studies show that seniors who regularly skip breakfast experience faster cognitive decline and have a 35% higher risk of developing dementia compared to those who eat a balanced morning meal. The muscle loss connection is equally alarming. After 60, you're already fighting sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass that comes with aging. Your body needs protein in the morning to prevent muscle breakdown. When you skip breakfast, your body has no choice but to cannibalize your own muscle tissue for energy. This creates a vicious cycle where you become weaker, less mobile, and more prone to dangerous falls. Your immune system takes a hit too. Morning nutrition kickstarts your body's defense mechanisms. Without it, your white blood cell production drops, leaving you vulnerable to infections that can become serious at your age. The solution is straightforward but powerful. Eat a protein-rich breakfast within 2 hours of waking up. Aim for at least 25 to 30 grams of protein from eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or lean meats. Add complex carbohydrates like oatmeal or whole grain toast for sustained energy. Include healthy fats from nuts or avocado to support brain health and hormone production. This simple shift synchronizes your body's natural rhythms, stabilizes blood sugar throughout the day, preserves muscle mass, and gives your brain the fuel it desperately needs. The people who live longest and healthiest past 60 treat breakfast as non-negotiable medicine, not an optional meal. Habit number 2. Sitting for extended periods without movement. The second life-stealing habit is prolonged sitting, and it's earned the nickname the new smoking for good reason. If you're spending more than 6 hours a day seated, whether watching television, reading, or working on hobbies, you're actively shortening your lifespan regardless of how much you exercise. The danger lies in what happens to your body during extended sitting. Your blood flow slows dramatically, particularly in your legs. This sluggish circulation allows fatty deposits to accumulate in your arteries much faster than when you're moving. Research tracking thousands of seniors found that those who sat for long stretches had a 40% higher risk of fatal heart disease, even if they exercised regularly. Your morning walk doesn't erase 8 hours of sitting. Your blood sugar regulation collapses during prolonged sitting. When muscles remain inactive, they stop pulling glucose from your bloodstream effectively. This means sugar levels stay elevated for dangerous periods after meals, damaging blood vessels and nerves throughout your body. Seniors who sit excessively show insulin resistance patterns identical to pre-diabetic conditions, setting the stage for full-blown diabetes. The impact on your skeletal system is equally destructive. Sitting compresses your spine unnaturally, accelerating disc degeneration and causing chronic pain that limits mobility further. Your hip flexors tighten and shorten, your glutes weaken, and your posture deteriorates. This muscular imbalance makes you unstable on your feet, dramatically increasing fall risk. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in people over 65. Your lymphatic system, which removes toxins and waste from your body, relies entirely on movement to function. Unlike your circulatory system with its pumping heart, lymph fluid only moves when your muscles contract. Prolonged sitting means toxins accumulate in your tissues, overwhelming your immune system and creating inflammatory conditions throughout your body. Mental decline accelerates with excessive sitting too. Reduced blood flow means less oxygen reaching your brain. Studies using brain imaging show that seniors who sit for long periods have thinner medial temporal lobes, the brain region critical for memory formation. This thinning is a precursor to cognitive impairment and Alzheimer's disease. The solution requires breaking up sitting time, not just adding exercise. Set a timer to stand and move every 30 minutes, even if just for 2 minutes. Walk to the kitchen for water, do simple stretches, or march in place. These brief interruptions reset your metabolic processes and restore healthy blood flow. Incorporate functional movements throughout your day. Take phone calls standing up. Do calf raises while waiting for coffee to brew. Practice sitting down and standing up from a chair 10 times as a strength exercise. These micro-movements accumulate powerful protective effects. Consider a standing desk for activities like reading or crafts. Alternate between sitting and standing positions naturally. Your goal isn't to eliminate sitting entirely, but to prevent the prolonged, uninterrupted stretches that cause the damage. The world's longest living populations move naturally and frequently throughout their day, never remaining stationary for extended periods. Your body was designed for regular movement, and honoring that design is essential for longevity after 60. Habit number 3. Chronic underhydration. Throughout the day. The third habit robbing you of precious years is drinking too little water, and the consequences go far beyond feeling thirsty. Most seniors exist in a state of chronic mild dehydration without realizing it because the thirst mechanism weakens significantly after 60. Your body is literally drying out from the inside, and the damage is cumulative and severe. Dehydration thickens your blood, forcing your heart to work exponentially harder with every beat. This increased cardiac workload strains your heart muscle and elevates blood pressure dangerously. A landmark study published in the European Heart Journal followed 15,000 adults for 25 years and found that those with chronic dehydration had a 50% higher risk of developing heart failure. Your heart is already working harder as you age, and inadequate hydration pushes it to the breaking point. Your kidneys bear an enormous burden when water intake is insufficient. These vital organs need adequate fluid to flush out toxins, medications, and metabolic waste. When dehydrated, your kidneys concentrate urine to conserve water. But this allows harmful substances to crystallize and form kidney stones. More critically, reduced kidney function allows toxins to accumulate in your bloodstream, poisoning every organ system. Kidney disease progresses silently, and once damage occurs, it's largely irreversible. The neurological effects are equally alarming. Your brain is 75% water, and even mild dehydration shrinks brain tissue temporarily. This shrinkage impairs concentration, memory recall, and decision-making abilities. Research using MRI scans shows that dehydrated seniors perform cognitive tasks as poorly as someone a decade older. Chronic dehydration accelerates brain aging and increases dementia risk substantially. Your joints suffer immensely from inadequate hydration. The cartilage cushioning your joints is composed largely of water. When dehydrated, this cartilage becomes brittle and less shock-absorbent, leading to increased friction, inflammation, and pain. Arthritis symptoms worsen dramatically in dehydrated states, limiting mobility and quality of life. Constipation, a common complaint after 60, is directly linked to insufficient water intake. Your colon extracts water from waste material, and when you're dehydrated, stools become hard and difficult to pass. This leads to straining, hemorrhoids, and potentially dangerous bowel obstructions. Proper hydration keeps your digestive system functioning smoothly. Your body's temperature regulation depends on adequate hydration. Seniors are more vulnerable to heat stroke because their bodies sweat less efficiently. Without sufficient fluid reserves, you can't cool down properly, and dangerous overheating occurs even in moderately warm conditions. The solution requires strategic hydration throughout the day. Drink a full glass of water immediately upon waking to replenish overnight losses. Keep water within arm's reach constantly, taking small sips rather than waiting until thirsty. Aim for 8 to 10 glasses daily, adjusting upward in hot weather or if taking diuretic medications. Set hydration reminders on your phone every 2 hours. Flavor water with lemon, cucumber or berries if plain water doesn't appeal to you. Eat water-rich foods like watermelon, cucumbers, oranges and soups to supplement fluid intake. Monitor your urine color as a hydration gauge. Pale yellow indicates good hydration, while dark yellow or amber signals dehydration. Increase intake immediately if your urine is concentrated. The longest living populations worldwide prioritize consistent hydration as foundational to health. Your body performs thousands of chemical reactions daily, and every single one requires water. Treating hydration as seriously as medication can add healthy, vibrant years to your life. Habit number 4. Social isolation and lack of meaningful connections. The 4th habit, silently shortening your life, is withdrawing from social engagement and allowing meaningful relationships to fade. This might seem like a lifestyle choice rather than a health risk. But medical research reveals that loneliness and isolation are as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. If you're spending most days alone with minimal human interaction, you're triggering biological changes that actively age your body. Social isolation triggers a cascade of stress hormones that never shut off. When you lack regular human connection, your body interprets this as a threat signal, keeping cortisol and adrenaline levels chronically elevated. This constant stress state inflames your arteries, raises blood pressure, and weakens your immune defenses. Studies tracking seniors over decades found that socially isolated individuals had a 29% increased risk of heart disease and a 32% higher stroke risk compared to those with strong social networks. Your immune system deteriorates rapidly without social interaction. Researchers analyzing blood samples from isolated seniors discovered their white blood cells showed gene expression patterns similar to those under constant attack. This means your body remains in perpetual fight-or-flight mode, exhausting immune resources and leaving you vulnerable to infections, cancer, and autoimmune diseases. Lonely seniors experience twice the rate of Alzheimer's disease compared to socially active peers. The cognitive decline connection is staggering. Conversations, debates, and social problem-solving keep your brain forming new neural pathways. When you isolate, these mental stimulation opportunities vanish. Your vocabulary shrinks, processing speed slows, and memory formation weakens. Brain scans show that isolated seniors have reduced grey matter volume in regions controlling memory and emotional regulation, essentially experiencing accelerated brain aging. Depression becomes almost inevitable with prolonged isolation. Humans are fundamentally social creatures, and when that need goes unmet, neurotransmitter production falters. Serotonin and dopamine levels drop, creating a downward spiral where you feel too low to reach out, which deepens the isolation further. This depression isn't just emotional suffering. It physically damages your cardiovascular system and disrupts sleep patterns essential for cellular repair. Your physical health declines because isolated individuals stop taking care of themselves. Without anyone noticing or caring, you might skip meals, neglect medications, or ignore concerning symptoms. There's no accountability, no one checking in, no reason to maintain routines. This self-neglect compounds health problems rapidly. The solution requires intentional action even when you don't feel like it. Join a weekly group activity aligned with your interests, whether it's a book club, gardening society, religious congregation, or volunteer organization. Consistency matters more than the specific activity. Showing up regularly builds relationships naturally. Schedule weekly video calls or phone conversations with family and friends. Put these on your calendar like medical appointments because they're equally vital to your survival. Share meals with others whenever possible, as eating together strengthens bonds and improves nutrition. Adopt a pet if circumstances allow. Dogs especially force daily outdoor activity and facilitate conversations with other pet owners. The companionship alone reduces stress hormones significantly. Consider part-time work or consulting in your field. The structure, purpose, and daily human interaction provide tremendous health benefits beyond any financial compensation. Volunteer at schools, hospitals, or food banks. Helping others creates profound meaning and connects you to your community while benefiting those in need. The longest-lived populations worldwide maintain strong intergenerational connections and community involvement throughout their lives. Your relationships aren't luxuries, they're biological necessities for longevity after 60. Habit 5. Taking multiple medications without regular review. The fifth and most overlooked habit stealing years from your life is taking multiple medications without regular comprehensive reviews. You might think you're being responsible by taking all your prescribed pills. But polypharmacy, the use of 5 or more medications simultaneously, creates a dangerous web of interactions that can be more harmful than the conditions being treated. Here's the hidden danger most doctors won't tell you. Each medication was likely prescribed by different specialists who rarely communicate with each other. Your cardiologist adds a blood pressure pill, your endocrinologist prescribes diabetes medication, your rheumatologist adds anti-inflammatories, and suddenly you're taking 8 different drugs that were never tested together. These medications interact in unpredictable ways, creating side effects that get mistaken for new health problems, leading to even more prescriptions in a vicious cycle. Your liver and kidneys, already functioning at reduced capacity after 60, become overwhelmed trying to process this chemical cocktail. Medication metabolism slows dramatically with age, meaning drugs accumulate in your system at toxic levels even at standard doses. This build-up causes dizziness, confusion, falls and organ damage that mimics age-related decline, but is actually medication poisoning. The cognitive impact is particularly insidious. Many common medications have anticholinergic properties that block neurotransmitters essential for memory and learning. Blood pressure medications, antihistamines, sleep aids, and bladder control drugs all fall into this category. Taking multiple anticholinergic medications simultaneously increases your dementia risk by 54%, according to research tracking medication use over 20 years. Your risk of dangerous falls skyrockets with polypharmacy. Medications affecting blood pressure, balance, alertness, or muscle coordination combine to make you unstable. One drug lowers your blood pressure, another makes you dizzy, a third affects your vision, and suddenly standing up becomes treacherous. Falls lead to fractures, hospitalizations, loss of independence, and frequently premature death. Nutrient depletion from medications rarely gets discussed. Statins deplete CoQ10, essential for heart and muscle function. Diuretics flush out vital potassium and magnesium. Proton pump inhibitors for heartburn block calcium, vitamin B12, and iron absorption. These deficiencies cause fatigue, weakness, and health problems that prompt more medications rather than addressing the root cause. The financial burden shouldn't be ignored either. Spending hundreds monthly on medications leaves less money for nutritious food, social activities, and preventive care that would improve health more effectively than pills. The solution requires becoming an active participant in your medication management. Schedule an annual comprehensive medication review with your primary care doctor or a clinical pharmacist. Bring every pill, supplement, and over-the-counter medication you take, including vitamins and herbs. Question the necessity of each one. Ask these critical questions for every medication. What specific condition is this treating? What happens if I stop taking it? Are there non-drug alternatives? Could this be causing any of my current symptoms? Many medications prescribed years ago may no longer be necessary. Request trials of medication reduction under medical supervision. Often, doses can be lowered or medications eliminated entirely without negative consequences, especially if lifestyle changes have improved underlying conditions. Keep a detailed symptom diary, noting how you feel at different times of day. Many side effects from medication interactions get dismissed as normal aging when they're actually preventable drug effects. Research shows that reducing unnecessary medications in seniors improves quality of life, mental clarity, and longevity more than adding new prescriptions. The healthiest seniors over 60 take the minimum medications necessary, relying instead on nutrition, movement, and lifestyle factors to maintain health naturally. These 5 habits, skipping breakfast, prolonged sitting, chronic dehydration, social isolation, and unchecked medication use, are completely within your control to change starting today. The remarkable truth is that your body possesses extraordinary healing capacity even after 60. When you nourish yourself with morning nutrition, move regularly throughout the day, hydrate consistently, maintain meaningful connections, and optimize your medications, you're not just preventing decline, you're actively reversing damage already done. Seniors who address these habits experience dramatic improvements within weeks. Sharper minds, stronger bodies, better sleep, and renewed energy. Your age doesn't sentence you to deterioration. The choices you make daily determine whether you merely survive or truly thrive in your later years. Longevity isn't about luck or genetics alone. It's about respecting your body's fundamental needs and giving it the tools to flourish. If this video opened your eyes to habits you need to change, hit that like button right now. Share this with friends or family members over 60 who need to hear this message. It could literally save their life. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss life-extending advice designed specifically for your age. Your healthiest years are still ahead of you, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Take action today because tomorrow isn't guaranteed, but you can make it more likely.